It's the end of the week, and so it's time to take out the trash. For my garbage person, I've got a bit of a classic recently. It's this guy, okay? You can see him there, hanging out in his natural habitat with the world's worst people. This is Elon Musk. He was on an earnings call on Wednesday, and an investor asked him how he planned to mitigate brand damage to Tesla, which some polls show has been hurt by Musk's recent political influencing and controversial tweets. I think it's very reasonable. Their stock price absolutely plummeted. It's gone up a little bit because their earnings are up in the fourth quarter of last year. Coincidentally, that was when Elon Musk wasn't spending time over there. Weird how that works out. But anyway, he wanted to reassure the investor. And so he said this. Let me check my Twitter account. I've got 127 million followers. It continues to grow quite rapidly. That suggests that I'm, reasonably popular. I might not be popular with some people, but for the vast majority of people, my follower count speaks for itself. I'm the most interactive social media account, maybe in the world, but certainly on Twitter. I am not an investor in Tesla. But I like to imagine that if I was an investor in Tesla and I was worried about the fact that it had lost so much of its value in just 1 year, while he seemed totally distracted by spending his time doing tech support for right-wing grifters on Twitter, that would not reassure me. Yes, people are responding to your tweets. Some of them like you, lots of them despise you. I don't think that moves that many EVs though. Maybe you could give up the weird Twitter obsession and go and be the CEO that you're being paid to be. But it's just the fact that he would bring that up and think that that was a slam dunk. Like we know he has no ability to read social situations or whatever, but that is just incredibly cringy. And if I was a Tesla investor, I would be really worried about what that says about the lessons he's drawing and not drawing from the past few months. Right, what do you think?
We plan to use our social media footprint to compensate for the loss in revenue with product placement of moisturizing routines on our social media. We're going to get, Neutrogena #ad. That's what we'll use my footprint for. That's the future of Tesla. The thing is, it depends on how many douchebag tech bros there are in America. If he hasn't exhausted the douchebag tech bro market already, I think they all own Teslas. The question is, will anyone who's not a douchebag tech bro eventually buy a Tesla? And the more he polarizes people, the less likely the brand of Tesla will be identified with anything other than crypto schmucks that like Elon Musk.
Look, I keep saying, I know everybody expects me to hate Tesla because I don't like Elon Musk. I don't hate Tesla. I hate some of the decisions they make. I think that they string along their customers by pretending cars are gonna come out when they have no idea when they're gonna come out. I think that they often lie about their technology. They lie about the testing process. I think that there's some major concerns about the way they've marketed and tested their self-driving technology, and they do occasionally burst into flames. But other than that, I don't have a big problem with them or with people who buy a Tesla. There are still not tons of competition, although there's quite a bit now. There's gonna be a lot more in the future. I think that Tesla is going to potentially have a hard road ahead if they don't adapt a little bit and try to recover their public persona. I think plenty of people probably haven't been that tapped into what's been going on Twitter, but bear in mind, Elon Musk wants them to be. He wants to be the center of a conversation that is not helping that company or its investors.
And it's not that he's kind of it's that he's been such a bad CEO. That's what people are criticizing. He's been horrible managing a company, and he's ghosted Tesla. That's what they're confused. That's what they're talking. I mean, brand damage is just one question he was asked. That's not the main reason they're losing money. It's his behavior and the fact that so much of the value of Tesla stock has essentially been mortgaged so he can buy Twitter.
Yeah.
So if that dies,
decision ever.
He dies, Tesla gets severely hobbled. That's what they're worried about.
100%. Well, those are our garbage people, but as of right now, 52,000 of you have voted for your garbage person of the week, and here are your top 5. Coming in at number 5 with 11% of the vote, showing that this is a pretty evenly split vote this week. George Santos for doubling down on even more lies, and that was before the lies that we just talked about. Tying for number 4, number 3 with 17% of the vote is Donald Trump for turning Diamond's funeral into a MAGA rally and then denying knowing Silk, weird thing to do. And Representative Jim Banks for wanting to ban women for traveling for abortion. I think that's worse. Number 2 at 20% of the vote is Iowa GOP for trying to prevent SNAP users from buying fresh food. Jesus God, why you would do that? But no, your garbage person of the week with 35% of the vote is Ron DeSantis for blocking an AP African American Studies course. Well-deserved victory by Ron DeSantis. He is often garbage, no more than this week. Thank you to everybody who voted.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.